Say it with me. I'm a brave new learner. Yes, you are. Now, we say that to our students enrolled in our online course all the time. When trying to train a puppy to live in a human world, you're trying to train a creature who's not the same species as you. It doesn't speak the same language and doesn't have a fully developed brain yet. But I'm here to help you avoid the most common mistakes people make. And if you can avoid these big mistakes, you're gonna save yourself a lot of heartache and probably some money in personal trainer costs. Now, I know these are common mistakes because over the last 20 years, I've helped over 10,000 new puppy owners train their puppies. And I hear from new students every day. You can say, I've seen and heard it all. And I want to share it all with you. Okay, maybe not all of it in this video, but here's the top 10 mistakes to avoid. This is gonna get you started. Now, before we get started, I want to make sure you've seen my digital new puppy starter kit. This is a must-have for every puppy parent, and it's free. It's got some great advice on potty training, socialization, and even the first training game you should be teaching your puppy. The link is in the description below this video. You definitely can't live without it. All right, let's jump right into the mistakes I want you to avoid. Starting with number 10, putting your hands in the dog food bowl when puppy's eating, which you shouldn't do. And I still see newbie dog trainers teaching this. Yikes! Now, this misguided advice is supposed to prevent food reactivity and mealtime aggression, but it can actually lead to mealtime behavior issues and resource guarding. So don't stick your hands in your dog's bowl when your puppy is eating or drinking. Instead, drop or gently toss treats or kibble near your puppy during his meal, much like a waiter at Olive Garden dropping off breadsticks. Now, while your puppy eats, you can drop off higher value treats to teach your pup that good things happen when people are present at mealtime. I want you to start slowly and at a distance, only moving closer based on your pup's comfort level. Now, by doing this, instead of putting your hands in your dog's food, you're gonna actually teach your dog that your presence is a good thing and that they don't need to fear someone is going to take their food. Next up, number 9. Mixed messages among household members. I suggest that everybody in the house get on the same page when it comes to puppy training. The more consistent you are with your approach, the harder it will be for your puppy to learn new things. So the very first thing I want you to be is consistent on the schedule and even the same verbal cues you're going to use with your puppy. Having established meal times and noting times when your puppy is naturally more tired or just naturally more energetic is going to help you build an ideal schedule. And for young puppies, that schedule includes up to 20 hours of sleep a day. Is your puppy getting that? Hey, real quick, in the comments, let me know how many hours of sleep your puppy is getting every night. Are they getting 5, 8, 10, 12? And if they're getting up every couple of hours, put that in your answer too. I want to see where everyone is at. Now, if you need help getting your pup on a better schedule, just comment schedule below because we've got an amazing resource on creating a good schedule. So you can get a better night of restful sleep for yourself. It even comes with a sample schedule for dogs of all ages up to age 2. Just let me know if you want me to send you the link to learn more. All right, coming in at number 8, using negative reinforcement or punishment. Now, old school training methods often employ negative reinforcement or even punishment. So if you've heard of trainers using prong collars, bark collars, vibrating collars, it means they aren't educated on the most recent studies of canine behavior and how dogs think and learn. Studies show that positive reinforcement, rewarding the behavior you want to see, is far more effective and longer lasting than correcting the dog and not telling them what they should do instead. Rather than punishing mistakes, focus on teaching your puppy what you want him to do and create a positive association with the desired behaviors by using rewards like food, petting, and praising things you want to see more of. All right, this next one I'm about to share is one of the most important mistakes to avoid. And if you accidentally do this, it's going to be a lot harder to undo. Not impossible, but usually it does require the help of an expensive professional. Now, before we jump into it, I do have a question for you. Give me your response in the comments below. Have you determined what your dog's favorite reinforcement is? Is it A, a strong smelling treat, B, a toy that makes noise, C, a verbal response from you like yes or good dog? All dogs are motivated by food, otherwise they'd starve. But some dogs don't value food nearly as much as play or engagement from you. I was just curious what your dog's preferences were. If you commented Thanks for responding. I really do like to see what you guys have to say. Okay, onward with our top 10 mistakes to avoid. Sliding in at number 7, waiting until vaccinations are complete to begin socialization. Yikes. I hate to hear when puppy owners wait to take their dogs out of the house until after the dogs had 3 rounds of vaccinations. Now, proper and positive socialization and exposure has lasting impacts on the rest of your dog's life. And socialization isn't just with other dogs. It's with new people, sights, sounds, smells. That's why we encourage our students to start this training as early as possible. Now, you can start with empty parking lots or sitting in the back of your vehicle, just people watching with your pup. We don't want you to take your dog into a pet store or around areas where sick dogs may have been, and certainly not in areas where your dog will be exposed to parvo or other threatening illnesses. Now, we do have a whole video on the best way to work on your pup socialization and exposure training in a safe and positive way. You can check it out after you're done with this video. Don't worry, the link is below. All right, the next one will probably be one that is not easy for humans. Coming in hot at number 6, expecting quick results faster than your puppy can learn. Training's a journey, not a sprint. Puppies have short attention spans and a lot to learn, and you can't push them too far or too fast. Did you know that we recommend training sessions be only about a minute or 2 at a time for young puppies? Now, humans might want to push harder and expect to get to success faster. After all, you already know what the finished skill or the behavior should look like. Now, your puppy doesn't have a clue. And it's not like you can verbally describe what they should do. Instead, we reward for behaviors we like. We might even chain them together to teach more complex skills like going to their bed on cue while you're cooking dinner. Hey, just out of curiosity, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the best and 1 being well, we need some major help, how do you think training's going with your puppy right now? Let me know. All right, we cannot skip the next mistake to avoid, but a lot of people do, so listen up for number 5, not addressing unwanted behaviors immediately. Don't make that mistake. I have very important news for you. Puppies don't just outgrow those unwanted behaviors like biting and jumping. These are natural behaviors that only get stronger if they aren't addressed. So you're gonna need to teach your puppy what you want them to do instead. Don't let bad habits become stronger. Instead, work toward giving your puppy alternate skills that are safer and useful, like sitting to say hi instead of jumping, or seeking out a toy to bite instead of nipping at you. If you don't know what to teach your puppy to change their behavior, your puppy doesn't know either. I can help you with that. All right, sometimes half the battle is just identifying what you want your pup to do instead, and then putting a plan together to teach your pup these new skills. That's what we help our students do. So if that's you and you need a little help with this, just check out our 30 Days to Puppy Perfection course. The link's below. Now, we cannot forget number 4, not investing time in play and bonding. Training isn't just about commands, it's about enjoying your time with your puppy. It's about building relationships. Playtime helps puppies learn bite inhibition, burn energy, and understand boundaries. Bonding activities also strengthen the connection between you and your dog, making training more effective. All right, now on to number 3. It's pretty controversial and always separates people into 2 categories: those that do and those that don't. So without further ado, number 3, teaching puppies to use pee pads. Okay, tell me you're not planning to do this, and if you already are, I hope to convince you to stop using them today. You may have heard that pee pads are easy, they're convenient, maybe less messy. Nope, not even close. The truth is that using pee pads trains your pup to go potty inside for the rest of her life. And not just on pee pads. Anything indoors is fair game once you start teaching your puppy to go potty in the house. Is that really what you want to teach your puppy? Now, if you really need an indoor potty spot, consider a grassy patch like Fresh Patch. This way, if you find yourself in a position where your pup needs to use grass outside, they're going to be more likely to go potty because the Fresh Patch is the closest thing to real grass you can get, besides real grass. And definitely check out my new puppy starter kit for how to teach a puppy that going outside is the place to go. Now, if you thought number 3 causes quite a stir in the puppy training world, you're going to be even more surprised by number 2. Don't make this mistake. Taking your dog to the dog park. Yeah, Maybe you've heard a friend say, "Oh, I have a new puppy. Let's have a play date. I'll meet you at the dog park." Okay, yeah, I want you to say yes to play dates and nope, nope, and nopity nope to the dog park. A play date with a similar size and temperament dog is a good idea after the second round of vaccinations is done. But dog parks? No, never. No thank you. Hard pass. Not a chance. You're not going to find any respectable dog trainers at the dog park with their own dogs, for good reason. Here's why. Dog parks often have poorly socialized dogs that tend to start fights, whether they mean to or not. High energy, revved up dogs that need to burn off excessive energy that can easily turn into a dangerous altercation. People who don't understand canine body language and misinterpret the signals dogs in the park are giving off, which puts their dog as well as other dogs in danger. And sick dogs with contagious diseases like kennel cough, warts, pink eye, or other conditions that could be harmful to your puppy's health. Now, I could go on, but I think you get the point. If you want to keep your dog safe, then avoid dog parks. Hey, don't hate me on that last one. I mean, are there a few dogs that may do okay there? Yeah, maybe, but most don't. They really don't do well there. So why put your dog in that kind of situation? All right, if that doesn't change your mind, is this fake or real? I was at a dog park several years ago when an owner showed up with her German Shepherd. The dog bolted out of the back of the car, made a beeline to the dog park gate entrance, and slipped past another dog and handler entering the park, all before the dog owner closed the back hatch of her vehicle. Now, as she was racing towards the fenced-in area, her dog had already riled up the group of dogs inside and began pinning one of the dogs to the ground. Owners were screaming, dogs were fighting. It took several people to break up the dog fight, and several people got bit. Yes, this was real, and sadly, it happens at dog parks all over the world all the time. Those dogs were affected for life. It's called single event learning. Don't let one bad experience like this ruin your dog. And because you are probably wondering why I was at the dog park when I just told you not to go, dog trainers like myself who study canine body language can watch canine interactions for hours. And then we learn a lot about a dog's body language, play style, engagement techniques, and more. All right, now one surefire way to make sure your dog is always well-mannered is to avoid this mistake. Coming in at number 1, failing to start training early. So some people believe that puppies are just too young to start training, or they just want to snuggle that adorable fuzzy little potato all day and save the training for later. But even if your puppy's new to your home, it's not too early to start training. There is a right and a wrong way, and even that young puppy brain can learn new things. The optimal window to start formal training begins as early as 8 weeks of age, especially for socialization and habitualization, which means exposure to things that he or she will experience on a regular basis. How old is your puppy? Just checking. Even if you're not doing a specific training game, your pup is still learning new things, and you can reward him or her when she does something you like. Early rewards lay the groundwork for a lifetime of good behavior. Now, my online course has the training games in the order I suggest you teach them based on your puppy's brain development. I've taken the guesswork out of it for you. You see, puppy training is as much about learning yourself as it is about teaching your dog. Now, by avoiding these common pitfalls, you can pave the way for a happy, well-adjusted adult dog that's a pleasure to be around. Remember, every dog and every situation is unique. Adapt, be patient, and cherish every moment with your furry friend. All right, this is Michelle, your favorite puppy trainer, signing off for now.